This is San Diego News Daily.
I'm Jackie Correa. Let's get right into your top Tuesday local stories. Today, the City Council will take a final vote on an ordinance that would further limit the city's cooperation with federal agencies like ICE. It is expected to pass. The Due Process and Safety Ordinance says federal or out-of-state officers need a judge's warrant before they can enter non-public city property. It also bars local officials from taking part in any discriminatory or unauthorized enforcement actions. And the rules don't just apply to the city. They also cover contractors, grantees, and lessees. And they add data privacy protections, plus multilingual know your rights education for the public. The big show of support came after a few high-profile enforcements across the county. For instance, people gathered outside of City Hall to show their support for this ordinance. The San Diego Organizing Project, a nonpartisan group, was among those calling the council to pass it.
To take into consideration members of our communities, people who are living in fear, to protect the most vulnerable among us, and so that we can live here in this place that we'll call home.
SDPD is already prevented from engaging in immigration enforcement. Mayor Gloria's executive order earlier this year reaffirmed that. The driver accused of hitting and killing a man in front of a San Marcos storage facility is expected to be in court this afternoon. John Alvarado is scheduled to be arraigned in the death of Carrie Faust. Deputies say Faust was standing behind his parked vehicle when he was hit around 8:30 p.m. on February 21st. A suspect was seen leaving the scene. Days later, Alvarado was taken into custody. Now, he faces one count of felony hit and run, as well as a charge of vehicular manslaughter with gross negligence. New data reveals apartment rent prices in San Diego County have dropped since this time last year. The survey was conducted by Zumper.com, a major online platform surveying rental data around the country. They followed rent prices in 100 cities, and San Diego landed at number 11 in locations with the most significant rent decreases. For one-bedroom, one-bath units, rent dropped about 6%. Prices dropped almost 8% for a 2-2 apartment.
With what's going on with the economy, what's going on with the gas prices, it affects everybody's ability on what they can afford and what they want to buy, whether they're renting or whether they're buying a home. And we deal with that every day. You're having to try to figure it out.
Crystal Chen, who is the platform's director of communications, told us our data shows larger, newer apartment buildings, particularly in downtown San Diego, are taking the longest to fill and are offering the most concessions to attract tenants. But despite the recent decreases, San Diego remains one of the most expensive rental markets in the country. Well, baseball is back, and the Gaslamp Quarter may be busier than usual, but businesses say they are worried, though, about an increase of street vendors in the area. The Gaslamp has been a no vending zone since 2022, but the Gaslamp Quarter Association says that has not been enforced in 3 years. Business owners we spoke to say they are subject to multiple restrictions and high rents, while street vendors are not. Vendors are also not subject to health inspections, which requires police cooperation. The association says the city has not responded to their complaints.
You're pouring grease in the street, you're open flame with propane, you're not using protective gloves or refrigeration. Health department won't go out without police escort, and the budget is the way it is. We know they're at a deficit, and the cops are understaffed.
We reached out to city spokesperson Perrette Godwin, who said, I'm in receipt of your email. I have forwarded it to SDPD as they handle enforcement, and police have not yet responded. Chief Meteorologist Sheena Parveen joins us now with a look at your forecast.
Hi there. As we head through the afternoon, it is going to be a lot like yesterday. Mostly sunny, low 70s for the coast, upper 70s inland, mountains low 70s, deserts mid 90s. We still expect dry weather for the rest of the week. Now, I'm still seeing that storm system, though, approaching on Saturday. That's what the timing looks like. We may have some showers as early as late Friday night, but Saturday is going to be the day with the most rain as of now. Chance for thunderstorms. Temperatures will be in the 60s, so it's going to cool down for the entire county. We'll take a look at your 10-day coming up.
Lions, Tigers, and Bears is welcoming the beautiful black leopard into their sanctuary today. We'll introduce you to Onyx and why he is a welcome milestone next.
We are rolling. Your left, I'm sorry.
Let's do this.
Where do you get your information from? Well, definitely start with the local news.
The reason why I love listening to local news like NBC, they give the facts.
California families could feel
They have a genuine interest, first as people and second as a news team.
Because this is their community too.
Sometimes the news isn't always fun. Bringing it to us every day in good and bad times is something that we rely on.
Nice to have you with us.
This is San Diego News Daily.
I'm Jackie Crea. Welcome back. The county is reporting massive spikes of hydrogen sulfide levels in Nestor over the weekend. That's what causes the smell of rotten egg linked to sewage. This chart from the Air Quality Control District paints the picture. That flat red line is what's deemed an acceptable level of 30 parts per billion. On Saturday night, it reached 752 parts per billion and 618 on Sunday. The county says it's unclear why that spike happened. What we do know is those levels were recorded by the sensor at the top of Berry Elementary School, which is near the area of Saturn Boulevard. That's considered a hot spot in the sewage contamination crisis. Hydrogen sulfide can cause headaches, nausea, and respiratory problems. He was rescued in Oregon last year, malnourished and in critical condition, but this beautiful black leopard now has a custom-designed forever home at Lions, Tigers, and Bears in Alpine. NBC7's Audra Stafford was there as Onyx got to see it for the first time.
16 big cats are among the dozens of rescued animals that call this Alpine sanctuary home. One of them just moved into some fancy new digs.
Rock's good.
It's a big day at Lions, Tigers, and Bears. After a black leopard named Onyx was brought to the sanctuary nearly a year ago, he finally has a place of his own.
He can get up high because, of course, leopards like to be up high, and he's got the grass and some water features and rocks.
It's a complete 180 from the roadside operation in Oregon, where Onyx was born in captivity and lived most of his life until he was rescued, along with hundreds of other animals.
He lived in a small cage on rock, which is really, like pebbly rock, which is really sharp and kind of sad. And he was kind of in the middle of all the chaos, and it was really pretty traumatic for him. He's doing really good now.
Thanks to some much needed TLC from Bobby and her team, who say they can finally relax knowing that Onyx will live out the rest of his life here.
I think just that relief that he's okay and now he's set. He's gonna be a happy cat.
From Alpine, I'm Audra Stafford, NBC7.
Lions, Tigers, and Bears' biggest fundraiser of the year is coming up next month. The money raised goes to support their animal rescue efforts in building new habitats like the one for Onyx. To learn more about the event and other ways you can help, go to NBC7.com and click on the trending bar. We'll have a look at your weather right after this.
On January 22nd, I got a phone call from my daughter.
Rolling.
All right. She said, "Mom, the water's already waist high," and we were all scrambling.
There's been 2 wildfires that have come through. We were able to watch NBC7, and we knew that as long as they were there, we were going to be okay.
We're going to be here. We're going to keep an eye on things.
Because of you guys, they acted.
This is the source of all of this neighborhood's problems.
Everything can be so unpredictable, and we rely on this coverage.
And that's a tornado warning. Hi there, I'm NBC7 meteorologist Sheena Parveen. Another nice afternoon, just about 5 degrees or so warmer than where we should be this time of the year. Inland Valley's upper 70s, the coast low 70s, mountains low 70s, deserts mid 90s. The rest of this week we stay dry, temperatures stay steady, and then the storm system is still looking to arrive this weekend. Saturday looks like the day with the most rain, chance of thunderstorms. Some of that rain could be starting as early as very late Friday night. And then Sunday, we're going to have a chance for showers still in the forecast.
Well, it's a good start for the Padres series against the Pirates. The team beat out Pittsburgh 5-0 for their 3rd straight win. Pitcher Herman Marquez tossed 5 shutout innings yesterday for the first win with the Padres. Nick Castellanos hit the first of San Diego's 4 RBI doubles. Game 2 of the series takes place at 3:40 at PNC Park. Nick Pivetta will be the Padres' starting pitcher. More coverage you can count on at NBC7.com. Thank you for watching.